So I made a god game where villagers form beliefs. Cool, right? Wrong. Currently, my villagers are basically homeless. They just wander around in the rain like absolute losers. And when they do go to sleep, they just walk around a bit and find a suitable place to lie down. No thoughts behind those eyes. So today, we're fixing that by adding interiors. Because if I'm a god, I deserve full surveillance access to my tiny idiots. First, I needed actual houses, so I opened Unity and started modeling. And by modeling, I mean effortlessly stretching blocks until something vaguely house-shaped appeared. Look at this chimney. Yeah, that's a chimney. Anyway, I added walls, doors, floors, all the usual house things. Honestly, it's just like my old man used to say, good architecture is just confidence. Then I placed it in the scene and added colliders so villagers stop clipping through walls like paranormal entities. It's called physics. Very advanced stuff. Now, if you haven't seen the game before, the basic idea is pretty simple. You play as a very weak god floating above a tiny world full of villagers. These villagers can develop beliefs based on what happens around them. So if I strike somebody with lightning, they might start worshipping storms. If food randomly appears from the sky, they might believe in something completely different. It's all based on previous events and what the villagers already believe in. And the more faith the villagers have in you, the more powerful you get. Then came the actual interior system. So every house now has separate layers for the exterior, interior, and roof. When you click the door, the player transitions inside, the roof fades away, interior lights turn on, and the outside world gets darker and blurrier. Honestly, it looks kinda sick. I'm also using custom NavMesh areas with NavMeshPlus, so villagers can actually pathfind indoors properly, which means they now walk to doors, go inside houses, and randomly wander around their homes instead of standing motionless like NPCs from Skyrim. And of course, I added particles. Look at the dust. Beautiful. Also, if you want to see these villagers slowly develop religion, paranoia, and possibly tax fraud, subscribe. We're at like 3 subscribers right now. We're basically dominating the algorithm. And now that interiors exist, the villagers can actually have schedules. During rain, they run indoors. At night, they go home and sleep. Except for this guy, I guess, who sleeps outdoors for some reason. And now, the best part. Look at this guy. He thinks he's safe inside his house. He thinks I can't see him eating the holy cheese in the kitchen at 2 a.m. Wrong. Now I can literally remove his roof whenever I want. The coolest part is the outside world still stays visible while you're indoors. It gets darker and blurry while the interior lights up, which makes everything feel way more connected and alive. And honestly, spying on villagers has never felt more immersive. Right now, the villagers can sleep, eat, wander, form beliefs, react to disasters, and slowly go insane because of my actions. But eventually I want them to build relationships, form groups, create rituals, and maybe even invent completely different religions depending on how the player behaves, which means 2 playthroughs could end with entirely different civilizations. So I'll probably focus on that next now that interiors are here. Subscribe and all that, yeah.